And then afternoon, is it ọ̀sán or ọ̀sán? Afternoon is ọ̀sán. Ẹ káàárọ̀, ẹ káàsán àti ẹ káalẹ́ níbi tí ẹ wà o. Ẹ káàbọ̀ sí orí ètò Yorùbá Aládùn pẹ̀lú èmi Fọlá àti Àyọkúnmi. Ní òní, a máa kọ́ bí wọ́n ṣe ń lo àmì ohùn ní èdè Yorùbá. A dẹ̀ máa wo àwọn ẹ̀ka èdè Yorùbá.
Ẹ káàárọ̀ o, ẹ káàsán, ẹ káalẹ́ níbikíbi tí ẹ bá wà. Mo rò pé ẹ ti ń gbádùn ètò Yorùbá Aládùn pẹ̀lú Fọlá. Inú mi dùn láti wà pẹ̀lú ẹ lónìí. Ẹ ṣé púpọ̀.
Thank you very much, Ṣé Àyọkúnmi. And again, we're going to be looking at the Yorùbá homonyms today. Still focusing on Amiho Yorùbá intonations, but for this video, we're going to focus on the word classes or Yorùbá homonyms. And just a quick recap of what we're going to be looking at. Word classes in Yoruba are the groups of words that have exactly the same spelling, and but they have different sounds and of course different tone marks, and as such they have totally different meanings. So today we're just going to look at some of these word classes and some examples as well. So here is a good example of a list of word classes, and I'm just going to go through them, and I would like you to look closely at these words. Look at how they are spelled exactly the same way, but the tone marks are different, and then also listen to how they sound very, very different. And of course, the meanings are different. So you would see the meanings on the right side of the column. So I'm going to get started. Àpá, àpá, àpá.
Ọsàn,
Ọ̀sán, ọ̀sán. I'm just going to turn on my pointer just so it's a bit easier to. Ògún, ògún, ògún. Èdè, èdè. Ọlá, ọ̀la. Ọkọ, ọkọ̀. Kọ̀, kọ, kọ́. Jò, jó. Òbí, òbí. Bì, bí, bí. Okay, and the next slide, the next set of words. Àgbọn, àgbọn, àgbọn. Ọdẹ, ọdẹ. Ọrùn, ọ̀run. Ilá, ìlà. Èrè, èrè, èrè. Àṣà, àṣà. Mú, mú. Ẹ̀wà, ẹ̀wà. Ẹ̀yìn, ẹ̀yìn, ẹ̀yìn. Ìṣẹ́, iṣẹ́. Owó, òwò. And let's look at some exercises. You would find these and more in the workbook. So we have the words in English on the left and the words in Yoruba on the right, but they are all mixed up. So it's up to the learner to match the the English words with the right translations in Yoruba. And if you look closely, you'll find that many of the words are in pairs or even in trios as well. So for example, we have a day and a day, and it's up to you to figure out which one goes with what. So I'm going to turn on my highlighter so that we can go through it together. Um, just choosing the right color here. And so let's start with crayfish. Crayfish could either be a day or a day. What do you think it is? Crayfish is a day. And then a day is language. Oops, that's okay. And then afternoon, is it also or awesome? Afternoon is awesome. And then orange, the fruit, is awesome. And then for line, it's ila. And then okra is ila. And then moving on to the next one, because we have quite a number of them. So neck. Is neck orun or orun? And you can see again, spelled exactly the same way, but with different tone marks, and they sound very different. Neck is orun, and orun is heaven. Husband is either oko or oko or oko. Husband is oko. Hoe is oko. And car is oko. And the next one, chin, have a look. I'll give you a few seconds where chin goes. That's right. Chin goes with agbon. And then coconut will be agbon. Kola nut will be obi. Parents will be obi. Mother would be iya. And suffering would be iya. To want something or to marry, to get married is fe. Yeah, so that's fair, right? And then fair, that's when something is wide. So fair, want or marry, fair, wide, when something is wide. To give birth, be, and then B is to vomit. And then the last two, asha. We have asha and asha. Asha is culture or custom. And then asha is a hawk. That's it. And for these next set of exercises, you just need to look at the sentence, and then you can find that the words that are highlighted in red, they're spelled the same way, but they have different tone marks. That means that they are homonyms in Yoruba. And you can take a second to translate them and figure out what they mean. So I would like Ayokomi to read the sentence for us, please.
All right. Bishop Popofola. So, just like she has said, so it's time to spot the difference between the tonal words or the Yoruba words with the correct or appropriate tone marks. So we have Mo ra obì fún àwọn òbí mi. So what is the difference between the two? We can see we have first OB, OB, meaning kola nuts. So the sentence we have here, I bought kola nuts for my parents. Parents in Yoruba is Obi, Obi. So those are the two words. And thumbs up to those of us who got it correctly. Obi, Obi.
Okay, let's have one more example.
Ìgbà wo ni Títí jẹ igbá? Ìgbà wo ni Títí jẹ ìgbá tí mo fi sínú igbá? Ìgbà wo ni Títí jẹ ìgbá tí mo fi sínú igbá? So we can see we have three homonyms there with different tone marks. Very tricky, but they are not complex. The first one is ìgbà wo. So that is time or when. So that's an adverb. Next we have ìgbà, ìgbà. And the third one is ìgbà, ìgbà. The full sentence, when did Titi eat the garden eggs that I put in the bowl or dish or calabash? So we have the three words here, and thumbs up to those of us who got it correctly. Ìgbà, relative to time, that's an adverbial of time. Ìgbà, ìgbà. And the last one is ìgbà, ìgbà. Ó ṣé púpọ̀ Fọlá.
Ẹ ṣé púpọ̀, Ayọ̀kúnmi. Oh, we have a bonus. And this bonus is another homonym. So that means you have four here actually. It's igba, igba, and that's the word 200 or the number 200 if we were to translate it to English. And this is just, a very good example of how you could have so many words, even up to 5 words, 5 groups of words, of course, in Yoruba with the same spellings, but different tone marks and different sounds, and of course, different meanings. And that's it for today. Oh, that's not it for today. I apologize. Okay, we have one more. Ayokumi, if you want to go through this with us, please.
Voilà, ó ṣé púpọ̀ Fọlá. So just like we've been doing with previous questions, so we are meant to highlight the Yoruba words with different look homonyms with different tone marks. Àwọn ọmọ mu ọsàn ní ọ̀sán. So we can pick out the two in red. The first one is ọsàn, oranges or orange. Next is ọ̀sán, ọ̀sán, which is afternoon. The children ate oranges in the afternoon. So you can pronounce it with me. Ọsàn, 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 ọsàn.
Wonderful. And there's another bonus. You want to go through it, Ayokumi?
Ọsàn, ọsàn, which is the bowstring.
That's great. Thank you. And
Kọ́tọ́pọ́.
that's it. Ẹ ṣé púpọ̀ o. Mo lérò pé ẹ gbádùn Yorùbá aládùn lónìí o. Màmá rí yín nígbà míì. Thank you so much for joining us today for part 3 of the series. This series is just to support the Yorùbá Intonations Made Easy Level 2 workbook. And thank you so much for watching. Udabo.
Ó dàbọ̀.
Udabo.